Hello, everyone, and welcome to Day Job. I am your host, Code Marvelous, and today we are going to be taking a New Angeles Soul deck for a spin. I haven't played Yellow in a while, so I wanted to do a little bit of that sweet NBN, so let's do that. Deck list is in the show notes below. Let's see if we can find ourselves a game. Here on NPR, we're going to have a lovely middle-aged man who makes macrame. My voice is a little rough. Had this cold for a few days now. I just can't seem to shake it. Let's take a look at this deck. So I wanted to get Authenticator in there because I think it's a really good piece of ice. We've got a single hard-hitting news, a single exchange of information, 2 arc lockdowns for Clot, Friends in High Places, 3 San City grids, a Christian grid. Yeah, I feel pretty good about it. We can make some changes. I used the bones of another deck, the Praise the Sun deck that won the Chicago Regionals. I'd love if other people had updates as to how I could improve it, because I haven't played like a Yellow Glacier in a while, and I'd like to. Alright. Come on, opponent. Morning. Where is everybody? Where are all my UK people at? Praise the sun. Alright, I'm gonna jump into this guy's game. Are you all able to hear the music? Yeah. Hey, thanks for the subscribe, Christian. All right. So let's mulligan that. Good luck, have fun. What's Rip Deal? Can somebody remind me of the card text? Alright, so let's put that on HQ. Put that on R&D and Christian on HQ. Okay. So let's click for $2 and get scarcity down because we're terrible monster people. And turns out Los is a very resource-based deck. That seems really good. Just any card from the heap, you can take back that number. Oof. Alright, so let's put that down on archives and then get some money. So it would be good with something like HQ interface. Let's give you a tag. Let's slow you down a little bit. Don't want you running in here all willy-nilly. Yeah, I mean, I think it's tough because HQ interface is one of the first cards to roll out. What other permanent HQ access cards do we have? Alright, so now we're gonna get money. If we get even one more piece of ice, we could start working on the Sand City grid. Dungeons Are Dragons, what a great name. Oh, Gauntlet. Yeah, it would work pretty well with Gauntlet. Gauntlet is probably my second favorite in our console. Actually, it's my favorite criminal console. It's my favorite criminal console from like a theme and rules perspective. It's just objectively not the best. You know? Might as well res it. Our opponent picks the Astro from hand. Yeah, you got to do fat comments instead of a lot of comments. Yeah, Doppelganger is a great console too. Yeah, I mean, that would certainly add some recursion to Adam that he doesn't normally have. Alright, so let's draw. Let's draw. Let's put Raven in a new remote. That's fine. The music is supposed to be primarily background. You're supposed to be listening to my dulcet tones. I'm actually gonna just let this go through. I'd rather wait until our opponent has something juicier for me to bounce. Something else that they paid a lot to put down. So there's the legwork. So we're probably going to lose another agenda here. Yep. These Luxac accesses. Let's draw. And then let's gain some money. It's worth noting that we don't need to res a ton of ice here. We're taxing our opponent well enough. I just need to get the sand on the table so I'm not holding agendas on the runner's turn. Okay. So let's go ahead and put that on HQ. Actually, we're not going to put that on HQ. We're going to put the sand in server 1. We're going to click for a bucko, and then we're going to IPO. And now we can afford to res this. Tray 6. Our opponent's probably going to hit an agenda here. So we're going to let him come in, because if they decide that they want to trash it, we can just friends in high place it back. Okay, so now I want to get that on R&D. I want to gain $1. And let's gain $1. I don't know. What are people doing with yellow that isn't sync kill? I love how oppressive scarcity of resources is for criminal. Okay. So of course we get the agenda that we don't want. Hopefully we won't get just surprise hit with another legwork, so we can get this BL out of hand at least. Right, which is what I'm doing here. Alright. We are off to the races. Force our opponent to go get that. Yeah, come on in. You can spend all your bucks. Just every single one of them. Tastes good. So we're gonna go boom, boom, and then hedge. And then next turn we'll use the Jackson to clear the global food. Nice. How's that been doing for you, Victor? I stopped playing CTM a long time ago, actually. I only played it very briefly. I rebuilt my Mamba Temple pad campaign team sponsorship deck with it. What is that? Oh, yeah. Oh, but you paid the iron price for it. Is right. Am I concerned about Arc Lockdown? We haven't seen the same old thing yet, so sources point to no. So let's draw. Perfect. Let's sweep. And then let's get rid of the global food. Next turn, we will get back the global food, the sweeps week, and the hedge fund. And then we will make some cash and reinstall the sand and the Chrysium grid. Ta-da! Yeah, I mean, I'm basically all in on the scoring plan rather than the make you broke plan. Again, Ruben, I'm always open to suggestions. I threw the bones of this deck together this evening, or last evening. So as always, it's mostly about trying to figure out what works. Yeah, spend some money. Are we going tag me? Okay. Because that would be rad. We're going hard. So I do kind of feel bad for my opponent here, if for no other reason than I'm watching happen to them what happens to me whenever I play Los, and that is you never actually have any real bucks, right? Like you have this late game ridiculous engine, but the ice reses come early when you're not set up. We also haven't seen any of our ice. I think it's News Hound that gives an extra subroutine when there's a current in play. Sure. Yeah, Johnny, it's definitely a solid piece of ice. Hey, Balder. So our opponent has decided just to go tag me, which is fine. Because it means we should have a closed accounts, right? Draw. Let's get an IP block on Probably R&D. Hit that. Ooh, Saker. It's pretty expensive for you. Oh, I mean, okay. Let's just go ahead and trash that. And then get some money dollars. So our opponent is Bourbon us, but IP block only costs 2 for us to res, so... I'll just let you spend the money this time. How's that? Because now you gotta spend 7 to break that. Oh, if you let that fire, I'm putting up that Desperado and forcing you to lose a program. Alright. So let's put down Jackson. Let's draw. And then let's IPO. We just need one of our other Sands to show up to the party, and we're good to go. I love the Turnpike just because it still affects them. Even if they decide to go tag me, it's still like a little pop-up. Don't hit the Beal. It's a 1 in 5. Hey, we've got a real agenda finally, or a hard in the run. So we can't have this get picked, so that's got to go in HQ. And then I guess I'm just going to get a buck and pitch the MCA. Because we are going to score this breaking news, and then we've got the other one in hand, so our opponent can trash it if they so desire. All right. Sure. Come on, he's gonna luck sack. Okay. So I did the Desperado there because then he has to put the Desperado down before he can put down the breaker. Whereas if I just did 2 breakers, he just has to not put down one of the breakers. Credit, credit. Alright, so now we win next turn, assuming nothing crazy happens. I'm not resin shit. Don't hit an agenda. Okay, our opponent doesn't hit an agenda, which means this is basically good game. And we call that GG. Alright, let's take a look at the list. I think we could probably cut the hard hitting. I think we definitely want to close the counts. We need to cut something to get another exchange in. Yeah, let's do psychographics. Alright, let's find ourselves another game. I hear the pitter-patter of tiny hobbit feet upstairs. Fisky Dingo. It's mulligan. I want some money in my opening hand in a current. Good luck, have fun. Alright. She is doing very well. Thank you very much for asking. Q, and then scarcity. But we already do play board games. We just play like little kid board games. All right. We need ice, so let's put that down. Let's slam it. Let's get that on R&D, and then they can trash that Jackson if they want. Thank you. Pancha. Alright, so let's Jackson. Let's get an ice on archives. Let's get an ice on server 1. I mean, of course our opponent is just going to pick the Beal out of our hand. Okay. Well, first of all, we can purge. Because we're certainly not letting those hang around. So let's sweeps while the sweepson's good. Let's put that in server 1. And put that on HQ. Because we can shuffle it back in with Jackson, which we were going to have to move anyway. Well, I mean, we have to do it. I don't make the rules. Oh, it doesn't matter. We don't have enough money, so that was really dumb of me. Oh well. Nice. Gotta go fast. Actually, I guess I'll keep the MCA informant. For Cotty, I don't think we need the Chrysium grid. We're not going to be able to use IPO for a while. There's that bread. We just need to keep armoring. Slow our opponent down a little bit. I think we can let this through. I want to be able to get to 9 credits. Awesome. We've got decent ice for now, so I want to keep all the money cards because what we desperately need right now is money. System seizure. There is a lot of spice in here. Okay. So let's money, MCA Aaron. Can't get pan-should if all your ice are tracers. Head tap. Well, we've got a bit of a lull. I'd like to say thank you to everybody who supports me on Patreon, especially everybody who supports me at the shoutout level, which includes Matt Bruner, Paul Gillibrand, Chairman Hero, Ryan Perry, Dan Faria, Chris Perez, and Lori Plant. I really appreciate everybody's support. All the upgrades to the channel would not have been possible without your help. If you like what we're doing and you like the expansion of the content, we're trying to move towards a level where I can do a deck club, which I'm excited about potentially doing. But I'm not going to be able to do that without everybody's support so that I can put more and more time and more equipment into the channel. So, yeah, check it out below. And maybe monthly contributions isn't your thing. I also have a tip jar now where you can just give me a one-time tip. Take a look. Any amount of help is good. And that's game. Okay. Our opponents with single accesses off of R&D for the win. Good game. So, let's take a look at the deck. We're not going to have time for another game because this is a slow play deck, but I think there's power here. It just seemed like we were getting off to a really slow start every game. I don't know if that's me or if that's the deck. But then we're also, like, people stole agendas in the worst order. Like, global foods were at the bottom of the deck, and good agendas were at the top. Or agendas we wanted to score were at the top. So exchange of information got a lot worse. I don't know. What does everybody think? I think that's a fair assessment, Ben. Yeah, that's good feedback. Yeah. I like the archetype. I like the kind of back and forth tempo that this kind of build creates. What I might do is I might get rid of the Chrysium and the Friends, put it in Archived, and then get in the second exchange that way. So my problem with targeted marketing is I'm super bad at calling the item. I never know what to call. Scarcity is universally good against most runners. But that's a good suggestion if you're... Chrysium is really good, but it's only a one of. How do we feel about the ice suite? Do I need more ice? So, the other thing I can do is I can cut an arc lockdown for and get the Chrysium and the Friends back in like that. Yeah, Alice is a thing. I don't know, this seems pretty good. I feel like I just need to get better at piloting it. Yeah, scarcity always slows people down. Runners have gotten complacent in their dependence upon resources, and we will punish them. Yeah. Like, scarcity is just such a universally good crit. It's so oppressive, especially against Anarchs. You know, 5 for a daily cast for an Anarch is bad. 8 for a liberated account is bad. 6 for a Temujin is bad. Because they're depending on having these turns off and then these turns on. And it just messes with the math of when they're actually going to have the money they need to do things. MCA, I don't know how I feel about it. But, you know, again, Film Critic just kind of like kicks this deck in the teeth. So, and so does Aaron, so we have to have a way to get rid of those 2 cards. But yeah. I don't know. I hope everybody who's watching today will potentially tune in for Sanjay and I's code busting show tonight at probably like 8 Eastern time. We don't know what we're doing yet, but it'll probably be some sort of corp because we have done a lot of run on the last few episodes. So we'll probably do some sort of corp and we'll go from there. But yeah, feel free to comment and, you know, let me know what you're doing with Soul or how else you're playing any of the decks. Go back through the old videos. And if you're already at work because you're in Europe or the UK, hope you have a good rest of the day. For everybody else who woke up early with me here in the United States, well, thank you very much for watching and enjoy your coffee and your day. And check out the links below. The list is down there, and as are both of the support links. Till we see everybody again, always be running.